I'm Harper Ellis, 29, living in a 380-square-foot walk-up that smells like old takeout and broken dreams. There is no beach cottage. I set my napkin on the table. Grandma, I've never seen a beach cottage. The room temperature dropped 10 degrees. Rose's gaze slid to my parents. Then perhaps you can explain why I transferred $820,000 labeled Harper, Seaside Property, and why the deed is in your names. Mother's wineglass slipped, red blooming across, white linen like blood. Father tried a laugh that died in his throat. Rose didn't raise her voice. She never had to. Show me your home, Harper. Tonight. An hour later we stood in the flickering hallway of my crumbling pre-war building. Rose walked through my studio like she was touring a crime scene. The radiator that clanked like a dying animal. The window sealed with painter's tape. The fridge containing one yogurt and a prayer. She opened the cabinet, found 3 mismatched plates, and closed it again. When she turned, her eyes were wet, but her spine was steel. Tomorrow, she said, we fix this. The next morning my parents sat in Rose's attorney's office, looking like they'd slept in their clothes. The attorney slid aerial photos across the mahogany. Their brand-new Hamptons beach house, 6 bedrooms, infinity pool, my money.
Dad tried charm.
It was an investment for all of us. Rose cut him off with one raised eyebrow. An investment doesn't have your mistress's monogram on the towels. She signed a single page. The attorney notarized it on the spot. Effective immediately. The Hamptons house transfers to me. The offshore account they'd siphoned into transfers to me. They are removed from Rose's will entirely. Mother actually screamed. You can't give everything to her. She'll blow it. Rose looked at her only living child like she was seeing her for the first time. She turned nothing into survival, while you turned everything into betrayal. I'm simply returning what was stolen. Father lunged for the papers. Security appeared like magic. They left with a banker's box of personal effects and the echo of a door locking behind them forever. 6 months later, I wake up to the sound of waves outside floor-to-ceiling windows. The house is mine. The future is mine. Rose visits every Friday, brings grocery store cookies, and sits on my deck watching the tide like it's the best show on earth. She never says, I told you so. She just smiles when the realtor drops off another offer on the house my parents are now renting because the landlord raised the rent again. My mother mails apology letters I return unopened. My father drunk dials, once a month. I let it ring. Some nights I walk the beach alone, barefoot, letting cold water erase footprints I never chose to make. Grandma was right. The truth doesn't shout. It just takes back the keys. They thought they could bury my future under their lies. Rose handed me the shovel and said, dig your own beach. So I did. And every sunrise over water that finally belongs to me feels like the universe whispering, welcome home, Harper. You were always worth the ocean.